trying to just see if I can share this link. Okay, I'm live across platforms. Uh-oh. All right. I am live on TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, and YouTube events. And hopefully, in just a moment, someone is going to be joining me. All right, it says some. All right. Hopefully, come right on in. Hopefully, let's see here. All right, I'm going to just click share. All right, maybe I can get her right on in. Oh, there she is. All right. Well,
Hello.
hello there.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Can the people hear me?
I'm sure they can. We're live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this isn't a pre-live. This is live. And you are, what's your name?
Autumn Nicole Davis or Autumn Nicole Holmes.
Okay, I think we might be related. Are we related?
Yes, you is my uncle, also my parent.
I love it. I love it. And how old are, no, I'm not going there.
27.
Oh, no, fella, she's no. Okay. And how long have you, it's Women's History Month. First, let me start there. And when you hear Women's History Month, what are some women in your history or in history in general that you think about?
I think about Viola Davis,
Mm,
Kerry Washington because they play my favorite characters on shows.
okay.
Um, Shonda Rhimes who created those characters.
Mm-hmm.
Shirley Chisholm,
Mm,
Alexa Kennedy,
mm,
um, and I'll end at First Lady Michelle Obama.
okay. A lot of heroic, strong, resilient, brilliant women. And so, in our short time together, because I know that you have some things that you need to do, can you remember the first time that you, as a little girl, wanted to be a lawyer?
Um, well, not the very first time.
Okay.
But I kind of remember, but also have a memorabilia, which is my kindergarten or first grade. I guess you could say like going away book.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were all leaving the classroom, and so we got to do this book of like all of our field trips during the year. I went to Bagley Elementary School.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the city.
John
Uh
Jay. John Jay. Nobody like John Jay.
right. So I went to Bagley. All of my classmates, may not have been staying in the Bagley district. And so we got to like commemorate our field trips, and then each student or classmate wrote like what they wanted to be when they grew up and drew a picture of what that person they wanted to be or thing they wanted to be was.
Mm-hmm.
And so I drew me in a red suit with a corded phone because at that time that's all I was aware of that existed were
Mm-hmm.
corded phones, house phones or like landlines.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a black and white dog named Lexi, and I was in my office at a desk. And then at the bottom of the picture, I stated that I want to be a lawyer when I grow up. I didn't know the difference between a lawyer and an attorney at that time. but I knew they were very important people.
Understood. And tell me, uh, um, okay, I'm just clicking share and posting. And
Come on now.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
I got to get to studying.
Yes, you do. And so today was a pretty important day for you. Well, first of all, you are a third year law student,
And a
per,
first generation law student and will be a first generation lawyer and attorney. Yes, thank you.
first of your immediate family's generation. Yes, but that wasn't
Right.
what I was going for, but I'm with it. Um, this is you're getting ready to graduate as president of your class. But
Yes.
today you had another kind of first for you, right? Tell
Hmm.
us a little bit about where you're working currently and what happened today,
I really can't tell too much, but
right? But you can tell, you can't, I don't want all the detail, right? I do want to know what happened, not what happened today, as you might share, but today you did something that you haven't done before, right?
right,
Because you work at a certain place. I think you can
right.
tell us that much, right?
Okay. So I work in the employment division of somewhere. And if you are on LinkedIn, it's there already. So I guess I could share that. I work at Harris County Attorney's Office in their employment division as a law clerk or intern. And today I argued I wrote a motion to dismiss a few weeks back relating to an appeal of an employee. And then today I got to argue that motion to dismiss before the commissioner's court.
And you were successful.
They did grant my
They
motion to
granted
dismiss.
your motion. Tell me, from that little girl who drew that picture of being in.
Oh, you done broke up, love. Um,
Okay, something happened. Can you hear me now?
oh, now you back. Okay, honey. Cause Lord Jesus.
Am I frozen?
You back now. Can you
Am I
hear?
frozen?
Can you hear?
I can hear. Can you hear me?
Yes, and I'm saying you're not frozen.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm looking at the screen here and it looks like I'm frozen, but okay. Um, uh, let's see. Okay, I
You know,
can't
I
see you.
achieved something different today. Yes.
And how did that make you feel? How do you feel?
I'm very proud of myself for trying something different and the fact that I succeeded. I'm very happy. Very grateful. You know, couldn't have done it without God and myself. We are a team together. He, mainly does everything. But faith without works is dead. So yeah, I'm very happy. My hard
So
work paid off.
So let me ask you this before you prepare to go and do your studying for the bar exam. What would you say to that little girl or other little girls that are dreaming big and drawing pictures of their future self? What would you say?
I would say that anything you think of or dream of is absolutely possible as long as you stay your eyes on the prize, that you're determined and that you believe in yourself. The world is your oyster, and you can do all things through Christ which strengthens you. But Most importantly, you have to believe in yourself and you have to put yourself out there in order to get the results that you want. But you're absolutely more than capable and more of deserving of everything that will come, has come, or is coming to you.
And let me ask you this. When did you know that for sure? Did you know that at 7? Did you know that at 20? Did you know that at 27? How did you come into this knowledge of put God first? Not how did you come into this knowledge of? I'm more interested in knowing, when did you know for sure that that was for sure? When did you know that?
I think I'm a little confused by your question on
Okay.
which part you might mean by when did I know what for sure, for sure.
When did you know for sure that if you put the effort into it, that you can make your dreams happen, as you said? When did you know that for sure?
I did not know that until last year. I will be 110% honest. And I think that's just because all of my hard work didn't pay off until then. And so it took a while of like me fighting tooth and nail for me to get the reward. And so it's a little hard to see when you're like in the thick of it. You're in the tunnel, so you don't necessarily always see the light at the end. And so it wasn't until like, okay, now my work's starting to pay off and I'm not just grinding, grinding, grinding with no reward. But now I'm at the end of the tunnel, not in the tunnel anymore. So I'm getting to see like, okay, it is worth it. Like all the hard work, the dedication, the time, that somebody puts in, it does reap the benefits. It might be a little late. It might not be when you want it. But in God's timing, in God's plan, it is right on time. It just may not be when you want it to be.
I think that's awesome. I think there probably are light spurts throughout the journey that showed you keep going, go that way. That's where it is. And because you were in the thick of it, you may not have paid attention to those light spurts, because I think you did some amazing things along the journey before you thought it was paying off. There were things
Yeah.
that you did and learned and persevered through, even in undergrad, things that you did and persevered through, and was in 50 gazillion orgs. I said, oh Lord, she's in so many orgs. How's she going to get some studying done? But there are different things you did that maybe you didn't see were lights in and of themselves, pointing you to this light down the path. Do you think that might be a part of it as well?
I think it could be, but I also think what some may consider a light is not necessarily what I may consider it to be. And so
Understood.
the definition of such is different for different people. Like my light might not be someone else's light. And
Mm-hmm.
so I think that is a contributing factor as well.
Hmm. And your light might not be a light to you, right? You might not see it as a light.
Right.
It could still
Which is,
be.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
could still be. Well, I am so very proud of you, and happy Women's History Day, your month. You're coming into a place of making history, and I hope that whatever path you choose ahead, that you will continue to remember only what you do for Christ will last,
Right.
and that he will bring your gift. It will cause you to come before great men and women, as it already has, and that the best is yet to come. So congratulations. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, Pookie. I love it so much. Okay. I have to go start my early start for bar studying. If anybody would like to contribute to my bar studying, offers of encouragement, wishes of well, anything of that nature, we'll definitely appreciate it. Especially you, Uncle. You could throw in a couple dollars though. But I love you very much, Pookie. I know you're so proud of me. I'm so proud of you too. And goodbye, because it's 7:30 and I got an hour of work to do and I need to be done by 8:30 so I can lay in my bed. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. All right. That was Autumn Nicole Davis. And we're so very proud of her. Congratulations. And congratulations to every woman, whether you were that little girl who had a dream and you didn't know how that dream was going to manifest or if it was going to manifest. But all these years later, some of the very things that you dreamt about, prayed about, others prayed for, those things can still come to fruition. And as Autumn mentioned, she has several women that she um, looked up to or admired. Several women, some characters and some actors, some uh, Congress people whose life or body of work have impacted her. I would say to you, who is your mentor? Who is it that you're looking to that you're saying, I want to be like her, I want to achieve this like her, ladies? Or ladies, you might even have some gentlemen that are mentors, confidants to you as well. And what they are and have been for you, my hope and prayer is that you will be that for someone else. That for the little girl, women that's coming behind you, that you are carving out a path for them to have it a little easier than you, or maybe even a little better than you, maybe an enriched experience above what you experienced. That you're reaching back, you're looking back, you're pulling forward those that are coming behind you, just as Autumn was expressing about those that have come before her. That in this Women's History Month and every month, we should always be celebrating you, but in this month especially, that you'll look back and see, is there someone that I can mentor? You know, I was just writing earlier today and always thinking about all of the wonderful young people that I've had the privilege and pleasure over the last, can you believe this? The last 41 years. 41 years. I've had the pleasure and privilege to work with a lot of different types of people, but a lot of young people, particularly. A lot of my years of work, especially early years, but years of work, um, being bivocational, some of that work, a lot of that work was with young people, with children and young people. And I'm very proud of that work and proud of the many different young people and families that I've met and maybe had an impact on. They certainly had an impact on me. But I'm often thinking about them, where they are and how they're doing. And some do very good in keeping in touch with me and periodically showing me. Some are smashing the game, as it were. They're on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, and they're starring in Hamilton, or they are music producing, or they're a comedian, or they're a singer, they're an opera singer, they are a choir director, they are business people. There's so many different things, right? And some of them have children. They see me and they bring up and say, "Oh, Mr. Marcus," because that's what they call me. "This is my child. This is my children." And I'm like, Lord have mercy. My babies have babies. Or as someone said, my children have faith, right? My faith has children, right? And I was thinking the other day about a set of those young people and just thinking about, you know, where are they in their life and where are they in their life space. And I decided to reach out to some of them, and we got on a call, a Zoom call, and I was so grateful to hear from them and hear, you know, some of the things I taught them, they still use and rehearse. And I asked them, as I'm asking you, well, now who are you passing that on to? And I was grateful that some of them could point immediately and say, oh, I mentored this for, or I did this. And I think everyone who's been touched by someone great in your life, go back and say thank you, and then pay it forward by touching somebody else. So to every woman, and we're going to have some featured women as we go through the rest of the month, And we did a feature video that we've utilized before, but these are some amazing women, so I wanted to celebrate them again. I want to encourage you during this Women's History Month to get back in touch. Maybe it's been 41 years. I can remember the very first place that I worked. Well, not the very first place I worked, but the very first church that I worked at, being bivocational, um, was St. Matthew's Missionary Baptist Church in the Detroit area on Wyoming and Davison. And I didn't even have a license to drive. As a matter of fact, my partner in crime then, his name is Marcus as well. He didn't have a license, but his parents let him drive. And we would drive, he would pick me up. We lived in the same area. And we would go to the rehearsal and we go to the service. There were times that he had to go to his own church and I had to get a ride. My brother had to drop me off and then come back and get me. And all of those relationships, I think it was the inspirational chorus back then, but there were adults and children alike. And the more that I got immersed in that work, the more I ended up working with younger people. And I think it's part of it's the reinvigoration of genes when you're privileged to work with young people. It builds something, I think, in your stamina, in your spirit to make you young and give you vitality. Over these years, I look back and I don't regret a moment of that time in pouring into those young people because when I was young, people poured into me. And I want you for the balance of this month, if you will, just once a day. Um, I was listening to a podcast where the gentleman was saying, and I think this is true, there probably is science behind it, that everyone needs to have interaction with someone every day, that it fills your life space. It makes your brain think about and rehearse the memories of those interactions. And it's really good for your mental and physical and spiritual wellness. Everybody should check in with somebody every day. And he said, it's even better if someone texts you or calls you every morning. That every day there should be some reinforcement that you're not just present, but you are here in life space and community with others. So I want to challenge you for the balance of this month to find a woman who has either impacted your life and thereby impacted everybody that you impacted, or is some figure in history in your community or somewhere, or whose family member was a figure in history, and reach out to them and just say thank you. Thank you for your contributions to our world, our home, our community, our country, our citizenry, whatever the social dynamic that that person has imparted. Thank you for what you've poured into my life. You know, one of my favorite coaches, I've had coaches over the span of my life. One of my favorite coaches is a woman. And in Women's History Month, I'm going back to say thank you for what you imparted in me, even when I didn't think I needed it. Thank you for the tough love that I needed. Thank you for the kindness that I needed, right? Thank you for the grace. Go back and say thank you to someone that's imparted into your life. That's part of the challenge. And the second part is to then pay it forward. Take something that they share with you, some saying. Um, one of the sayings of one of my favorite women in the world is Princess Holmes. She used to say, don't be surprised by what you do. Don't be surprised, rather, by what others do. Be surprised if you do something that surprises you. You should always be in control of yourself, that you don't be out of character and be like, did I do that? You should never do something that surprises you. You should work for self control. But don't be surprised if someone else does that because you can't control them and their emotions and you don't know where their life space is, but you know where yours is. And you should control you. She was early teaching me about emotional intelligence without having taught emotional intelligence or formally learned it. Be the master of your emotions. Now, I've struggled with that throughout time because emotional intelligence can regress and progress. But I was learning pretty early on, know thyself. Know yourself well enough to know what your triggers are, right? And I've carried that forward. And then there are people in my life that I've mentored who repeat it. And I smile and they say, that doesn't your mother teach you that? I passed it on. And I want to encourage you to do that same thing because there is a little girl or a little boy that is where Autumn was all those years ago. She's getting old, isn't she? Who drew a picture of themselves, of their future, who had a hope and a dream for a life far away, seeming like light years away from them. And with God and love and work and determination and faith, as she said, without works is dead. That wildest dream that her mother had, bless her memory, is coming to fruition. I'm going to try to find that poem. Her mother wrote her a poem about being her wildest dream. And in this Women's History Month, I want you to think about all of these young girls and young women that are becoming our wildest dream. You know, it isn't too long ago that many of the positions and roles and opportunities that we now take for granted were not available to us. Not too many years ago, interracial marriage was not legal. Not too many years ago, you had to be a certain age above 18 to vote, especially Black people. Not too many years ago, women didn't have the right to vote, right? There are privileges and rights that we have that were denied to us heretofore. And I hope that you are awakened to the fact that someone bled, someone died, someone sacrificed, someone went without a meal, someone went without clothes, someone marched and picketed and was beaten so that we could attend schools. Someone started schools, rubbing their monies and nickels and pennies together to start historically Black colleges and other teacher schools. Someone sacrificed for you. And with such a heavy mantle to carry in this dark, cruel, and world that seems built on fake news that is becoming real, we must laud those that have done these Herculean acts. And in this month, the sheroes that have and carry their work forward. Speak their names and then carry their work. Speak of their works and then carry their mantle. Do the work that is in our hands to do, even in this dark age, because it still matters to help little girls, big girls, growing girls to achieve their wildest dreams. I'm so grateful. This has been an early edition of Love and Stuff. We're going to end early because we wanted Autumn to be on. We're so very proud of her and proud of so many young women But of course, we've watched her grow up. Um, and we're so proud of who she is and is becoming. All right. So I want to thank you so much. And I wanted to just, I'm on a different device, so I'm a little lost myself, but I'm going to figure it out 1 second to be able to share with you. Ah, looks like maybe I'm going to be able to share with you a little bit from here.
Hi, my name is Jill Michelle, and I own Detroit Couture. We are a fashion forward women's boutique, and we offer friendly sizes from small all the way up to 3X women's sizes, very generously fit, very great quality. I actually have on one of our pieces today. It's called the Cuffed Up. It's in gray, burgundy, and black and olive, and it actually has a lot of stretch and give. So listen, in this time, we try to make sure that first of all, it's quality and customer service that we offer our clients. And I'm so glad to have this opportunity to share with you. So go and visit us at DetroitCouture.com.
Good times, these are the good times. Leave your cares behind.
Welcome to Powerful Money Tools LLC. At Powerful Money Tools, we are here to prepare for your future. We want to talk about financial freedom. Financial freedom is budgeting, credit building, and also financial education. So, once again, welcome to Powerful Money Tools LLC. We can't wait to help you in your financial future.
Can 36 questions make you fall in love? What if I told you two young psychologists discovered over 30 years ago that just 36 questions could create real closeness between complete strangers? And that the same questions might lead you to love or help you discover more about yourself than you ever imagined? This isn't a dating gimmick. It's an experiment that's been studied and repeated around the world. People walked in as strangers and walked out feeling deeply connected. Some even got married. But here's the twist. It's not just about romance. These questions open the door to vulnerability, honesty, and self-reflection. They help you see who you are, how you love, and what really matters to you in relationships. So whether you're looking for love or looking to learn more about yourself in the process, click the link, sign up, and let's walk through these 36 questions together. Who knows? Love might just be one question away.
What you wear says something about you, about who you are, what you believe, and what you stand for. So here in the Love and Stuff community, we wear the brand that we live, and we live the brand that we wear because we love the brand. It's all about increasing the amount of love in the world and upping our love game. And if that's what you're about, you should wear it too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Born and died, saved by love. Count my blessing from above. Though in darkness, have no fear. Light will shine on those holding near. They know that.
And I am grateful for the opportunity to be here with you in this early edition of Love and Stuff. If you missed it, I want you to go back to the beginning and watch my time with Autumn Nicole Davis, who is a third year law student, her final year in law school at the Thurgood Marshall School of Law in Houston, Texas. She is the president of her class, and she just defended successfully her first motion to dismiss. And she is excited, as am I. I remember, of course, as a baby, I remember just babysitting her and just kissing her. I still kiss her all the time. But I remember her just being such a shy and kind and sweet little girl, and she's blossomed into quite a young woman. And I'm so proud, couldn't be more proud. And as her mother, bless her memory, wrote, Autumn is the fulfillment of her wildest dreams. And so, in this Women's History Month, I wanted to open there because I want little girls, as well as the little girl in you, to remember it's not too late. You're not washed up. You're not done. You're not finished. That dream is just delayed. It is rarely denied. Not saying that there aren't dreams that don't get fulfilled, but more times than not, it is something that we're missing in the effort, in the faith, in the resilience to take that dream to the next level. So I wanted to open this Women's History Month segment today with Autumn, just to recount how she was that little girl who drew that picture in elementary school and kept that picture and drew it of her becoming an attorney, becoming a lawyer. And now she will graduate in May. And I don't think I could be more proud of the young woman that she is becoming, fulfilling her dreams. And as she said, she can do all things through Christ, the quintessential love that strengthens her. And so I wanted you to see that, just in case, especially in Women's History Month, ladies, there is a little girl in you that feels unfulfilled, feels incomplete, feels as if there is something still for you to do. There probably is. There probably is more for you to do. And I want to encourage you to get about the business of doing it. Do it scared. Do it without all of the things in place. Do it without all the resources. You know, a great friend of mine, um, a longtime friend of mine, Marlon Williams, is an amazing, amazing woman, a phenomenal, phenomenal woman. And I remember some 40, feels like 41 years ago, maybe 42, when I met her. And she is a great singer, always has been, but she didn't really want to sing. And I got her to sing to me one day, and I was like, what? And I talked her into coming and joining the choir, and she did. And we became great friends through life's ups and downs. And she was just the other day as an accountability partner. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. I'm shouting her out for Women's History Month. And I may try to get her on. She's doing some amazing things. And so is her daughter. Shout out to her. But she was saying to me, just do it. You got these ideas and you're waiting for it to be perfect, or you're making this excuse and you don't have this, you don't have that. What do you have? Use what you can use and do it. Now, it's simple advice. Wasn't that simple? Wasn't that something I should already known? I have these app ideas and I keep saying, oh, the Lord just gives me ideas to give to other people. And some of them he does, really. Sometimes I think I get a genius idea and I give it to somebody and I don't even ask for a commission, though some people are kind enough to do that. But some ideas he's given me for me. And one idea I said, you know what? She connected me with a tool that I wasn't even familiar with. And she says, in 10 minutes, I promise you, just spend 10 minutes doing this. 10 minutes turned into an hour, turned into 4 hours, turned into 6 hours. And I had almost completed the project that I've been waiting for some other resource to do. I needed that nudge and that accountability partner who happens to be a phenomenal woman. And maybe you need that too. Maybe you need somebody saying, you know what, you can do it. I believe in you. Maybe you need somebody saying, stop making excuses and get up and make it happen for you. And so I will that into your life. I wish that for you. I pray that for you so that you will become all that that little girl living inside of you is meant to be. There might be a little girl, ladies, a little boy, fellas, that is unfulfilled. You're like, something just isn't clicking. Something just isn't. I feel like I should be doing more. You probably should. And you should probably go about the business of doing it scared, doing it imperfectly, but just do it. All right. It's Women's History Month in particular. And so we're shouting out women, but we're talking to the woman in you, the little girl in you. And when we come back next week, we will have a featured guest. You'll hear more about that. But we're also coming back from the inbox because there is a woman in the inbox who feels unfulfilled, that there are some things that the little girl in her never brought to fruition. And a lot of times we can say, well, I didn't do that because my parents this. We can say and ascribe some part of our fear, our trepidation, our mindset to our parents, and you might be absolutely correct. But at some point, you have to give yourself permission to take control of your destiny, put it in the hand of the quintessential, and ask him, what did you place me here to do, to be? Lord, love, God, you have my permission. You have my yielding. You have my surrender to be all that you are calling for me to be. Fulfill me that I might fulfill your purpose, the purpose that you placed in me, the purposes that you placed me on the path to complete. Fulfill those in me. I wonder if you're watching on YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitch or TikTok, that you will say and point to yourself, fulfill what's in me. The little boy, the little girl who is unfulfilled, fulfill it in me. That dream, that business, that degree, that relationship, whatever you're yearning for, ask the quintessential love, is it time for that to be fulfilled in me? I'm yielded. I'm ready. I'm making room for it to be fulfilled in me. All right. It's 8:56. I'm going to let you go. But before I do, as you're on that path, if you're on that path, here's what I think you should consider. I want to offer this to you. Once you yield to the providence of the quintessential love of God, once you yield to that he has a plan greater than yours, he has a purpose that maybe you have not come into the fullness of, and you yield to that. Here's what I want you to do to help uh, foster an environment in which he can help you navigate and move. No, he doesn't need your help. He needs you moving. He needs you yielded. He needs you sensitive. He needs you activated. Here's how I want to encourage you to activate your life. Number one, and I tell this to folks when I am doing the life coaching, because I think it is really important that you cultivate your own garden of positivity so that positivity grows in your life. Here's what I believe, that all of the positive affirmations and sayings that you say are an irrigation of water in your garden. They cause things to grow furiously. What I mean by that is, look over your life and ask yourself these two questions. Who did I touch with my words today or this week? And who did I touch with my actions today or this week? When you touch people positively, they not only say thank you to you, they typically begin to speak your name to other people. Have you ever met somebody and said, "Oh, you're Marcus. I heard that you're so nice. Oh, you're this person. I heard you help carry these boxes for this lady across the street." People speak. Now, don't get it wrong. People will spread all kind of negativity, but people will speak well of you in rooms and places where you're not present. And you want to put that on autopilot in your life because it grows furiously. It grows a garden for your life, for goodness to come back to you in ways that you hadn't measured or planned. So you're doing good over here by helping your neighbor carry some boxes to her car, and here comes a blessing from over here. And so you want to irrigate your life with positive actions and words. It's the foundation upon which you want to build these next three things. First thing is change your language, change your life. When you change your language, you change the neural network in your brain for new pathways to get to the good parts of your memory, to refresh your body and mind, and all of the chemicals that come with it when you experience something that you like or love that is great. When you change your language to something positive, it builds in your neural network shortcuts to get to things that are positive. When you change your language, you change your mind. When you change your mind, you will change your behaviors. When you change your language and change your mind and change your behaviors, you will change the decisions you make. When you change your language, your mind, your behaviors, the decisions you make, you'll change the steps you take. When you change your language, your mind, your behaviors, your decisions, the steps, you'll change the upward mobility or the trajectory, the direction upward of your life, the trajectory of your life from changing your language. There's a member in the Love and Stuff community. Um, I call her Love. She knows who she is, and she'll maybe come on and talk to you about this. She had to have some surgery. And I gave her something my mother's doctor, bless her memory. I don't even know if the doctor's still living. I got to find Dr. Hambrick. He gave my mother this kind of diet. I call it a live it, where she would have only vegetables, no sugars, no processed foods. She could have fish or chicken, one meal for each of the weeks in 30 days. It was a way to reset your entire system. And I shared that along with some other information and shared it with a couple people, including this young lady who I'm talking about. And one of the things she had to do was get her blood glucose and her weight to a certain place. One of the struggles that she was having because she had to have the surgery is she couldn't walk very well. And what I told her is you got to get up every day and tell yourself, I'm going to walk. And if I can only walk one square, anybody ever played 2 square, 3 square, 4 square? Give me some likes or loves, whichever platform you're on. If you've ever played, it's just one square. I said, if you can only walk one square, walk one, then walk two, and tell yourself, I'm going to walk three, and tell yourself, I'm going to walk four. Because you can literally change your mindset about what you can do by telling yourself what you can do. Not penalizing yourself, not talking yourself out of it, not making excuses, not talking yourself down, saying, I'm going to walk one square. Now, for somebody who can walk a mile, 1 square to using the psh, but to someone who's struggling with their mobility, struggling with debilitating pain, 1 square feels, looks, seems like a mile. But once you start to change your mind about it and change your language, change your behavior, you'll change the decisions you'll make, you'll change the literal steps you will take so that the trajectory of your life changes. I hasten to tell you that not only did her blood glucose come down, not only did she start losing weight, she was able to have the surgery. The reason I share that with you is if you change your language, you can change your life. Number two, organize your life. You must organize your life. Now, I have this model that I came up with, the high proficiency model. Basically, it says if you have high proficiency in an area, meaning you're really good at something, and that thing has high impact on your life, meaning the outcomes, your finances, your relationship, your spirituality, that's the thing that you should do most. Where you have a low proficiency in something and it has a high impact on your life, that's the thing you should do second. And you should lean into it by learning. Lean is learning without the R. The R is a resource. You learn when you have a resource, a webinar, a class, an instructor, a peer, micro learning, and you read it, repeat it, reinforce it, right? Until you learn it, because you want to increase your proficiency at all things that have impact on your life. Where there are things that you're really good at, but they don't have a high impact on your life, you learn to delegate those things or decide how you will do those things differently to save time. And things that have a low impact, a low proficiency, that means you're not very good at them, and they have a low impact in your life, you stop doing them, do them less frequently, or you outsource them. See, you got to change your life by organizing it. And the example I love to give is right where I am right now. You can kind of see that the wall is a baby blue or a light blue, the ceiling rather. There's a crescent dome that's white. It's that old plaster, right? And then the walls are white. I've got a blue chair that I've used to use all the time and love and stuff, a red love seat, and a red couch. Well, I want a white leather high back couch, Italian leather, please. Now, let's just say I want that couch. I'm saying it. I'm trying to manifest it. I'm saving for it. I'm doing all the things, changing my language to change my life. And there's a knock at the door. It's the Gardenia Furniture Man or whichever furniture store meets your fancy. And he says, Mr. Holmes, I got your white couch. Well, guess what? I didn't make room for it. My life isn't organized to receive the very thing that I say I want. I mean, I haven't moved the red couch. I didn't sell it. I didn't put it on Craigslist. I didn't put it in storage. I didn't have somebody come move it to the basement. I surely didn't vacuum the area. I surely didn't wipe down the wall where the couch is. I haven't organized my life to receive the very thing that I say that I want. Is that you? You want a husband? Is your life organized for it? You want a wife? Is your life organized for it? You want that doctorate degree? Is your life organized for it? You want the new car or the new couch? Is your life organized for it? You want a new job, but you won't get up every morning as if you have one. Is your life organized for what you want? Two, you must organize your life. And three, you must set powerful intentions and go after them. Once you begin to speak to your life and organize the infrastructure to receive that which you are speaking, you must go toward it. You must put energy toward it. You must give your intentions, the specific thing that you intend, some attention, some of your focus and energy. And where your attention goes, your energy flows. And you will find out that when you are going toward it, it is coming to find you. You think, out of nowhere, I got a call. No, it wasn't out of nowhere. It's because you were intentional and it aligned with what you have been moving toward. Out of no, I just happened to meet him. No, you probably didn't just happen to meet him. You were intentional about meeting someone and being found. You were looking lost, as they say. When you go forward after what you intend, you're literally giving attention to it and causing it to accelerate and running into you. So if there is that unfulfilled desire about something you wanted to do, you wanted to go back to school, you wanted to have that child, you wanted to get married, you wanted to fill in the phrase. Build your garden up so that it's luscious and full with all positivity, vibrations, and frequencies. And I know there are people think that that's some spiritual mumbo jumbo. Get your positive frequencies going because there is power in the air that the enemy will use if you don't. There's a whole domain and realm, and you better fill it up with positivity. You better fill it up with blessings and pronouncing and affirmations of blessings in your life. And when you put it to others, it comes back to you and it grows a garden, a luscious garden where people are speaking your name. Imagine that before you get to the job, people are speaking your name. Imagine before you get to the client, they already have a referral. They already know how good you are. Imagine that the thing that you're speaking, other people are reinforcing by what they're saying, and it's running after you as you're going for it. And it doesn't overtake you because you built and organized your life to receive it. Imagine what that will be, especially for those of you ladies, because it's Women's History Month, who are meant to make a mark on the world, even though there's still a little girl that feels unfulfilled. I challenge you to step out scared. Sometimes you'll be pushed out scared, but step out scared and stand forward because you're getting ready to make history, sister. Happy Women's History Month to all of you. And I hope that all of you, thank you, Estella. I'm so glad that you joined. I hope that all of you in this Women's History Month, I included Evangelist Estella, extraordinary woman in the salute that I did. It's not a new gathering of salute, but I thought it was worth replaying to reinforce to all of the women, because maybe there are women that don't come back to say thank you. Maybe you don't know how many women and or men you've impacted, because not everybody is coming back to say thank you, at least not in the traditional way. Maybe the people who made impact in history were just doing the right thing. They didn't know that down the annals of time, their name would be recounted, that they would be ascribed to sainthood. Maybe Gwendolyn Brooks and Sojourner Truth and Phyllis Wheatley and others didn't know. Shirley Chisholm, maybe she didn't know her impact. Maybe you won't know in those moments, but you are and have made impact. And so we salute you all and are challenging you to step out into the areas where you know are unfulfilled, where you got a dream, you got a vision, you got a desire. You might not even have the means. I'm telling you, Marlon Williams was spot on when she texted me. She was calling me for another reason. And we got in a conversation. She said, hey, what about those apps? What about that stuff that you said that you really would do no matter what? She recounted as if we hadn't lost a moment and said, remember, you said you were going to do this. Well, did you do it? Well, I'm going to be your accountability partner. Here, do it now. Do it imperfect. Do it frustrated. Do it scared. Do it without resources. And I did it. And I'm almost done doing it. Imagine the amount of time that was wasted, that elapsed because I didn't have the resources the way I thought I wanted it. I didn't have the people I thought I wanted it. I didn't have the customers I thought I wanted it. So what you have to do is do it. Do it scared. It might fail. It might the first time around. You might learn some things you need to learn to fix it the next time. Now, if you're like me, you're like, Lord, do I have to fail it and then fix it? Can I just get it right the first? Can we just get it right the first time? Sometimes we're so impatient about receiving something that we say that we want from God, that we say that we want to have. Well, if it ain't right, I don't want it. Well, hold on. Who said that it had to be perfect? Why don't you start it and it be perfected over time? So that's my challenge to you. It's kind of threefold. It's to the women to step forward in this Women's History Month. And if you're unfulfilled in any way, to step out to do that on faith. Secondly, it's to go back and say to the women that have come before you or to their descendants or to their people, thank you because you paved the way for me. Thank you because you made history that I could stand. Thank you for what you've done for me. And then thirdly, to pass it forward, to find some young woman in this Women's History Month to say, do you know about what I'm passing forward? Well, I'm passing forward a holy heritage to you, a holy legacy that has been beaten, that has been scarred, that fought for the sacred suffrage right, that stood so that women could stand alongside men with equality and equity, that is working still to this day for closing the gap in salary and other types of equity. I'm handing this mantle to you. I'm passing it forward to you. This burden that I've carried, this labor that I've done, I'm handing it to you to carry forward. And you're awesome and you're great and you can do it and you can make it. To tell the little girls that you can still run for president one day, that you can still own your own business, that you can be a billionaire and you don't just have to marry one. Pass it forward this month. Use every day to find some woman to say thank you to, even if they're sleeping among the ancestors, to take a moment and offer up thanks for them and then pass it forward to some young girl or woman who is yet to become. All right? It's Women's History Month, and you're going to hear more about that all month. And we do have some special guests that are coming on later in the month. We're excited about that. And next week, we're going to be going back to the inbox for a little bit, a period, for a woman who is feeling resentful because she didn't cultivate that little girl. And sometimes when we're walking in resentment, it lands on everybody around us. And sometimes it's hard to see that it's not about them, it's about us. I'm Marcus Holmes. I'm the love activist. I'm advocating for better love for you and me, whether it is love in your relationships with your spouse, boo or bae, whether it is love with your community, your parents, your children, your siblings, your kindred and acquaintance, whether it's love in the workplace, that you want to have better relationships with your boss or better relationships with your coworkers or your direct reports, whether it is love of self. It all comes from the quintessential love, who is God. He is love, and He's willed us into existence and written chapters of love, instructing us to love Him with everything we got. I paraphrased. And to love our neighbors, the third love, as ourselves, the second love. I call it the neglected love, that people don't spend the time loving themselves as a reflection of the love from the quintessential love. If we did, our world, our country would be a much different place. So, our goal then is to increase the amount of love in the world, one person, one community, one relationship at a time. And if that resonates with you, then come on and be on the journey with us in the Love and Stuff community. We would love to have you be a part and to share as we increase the amount of love together. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you all across all platforms, whether you're watching live on Facebook or any of the love groups that are there. If you are on Twitch TV, YouTube events, on TikTok, on LinkedIn tonight, we're grateful that you've joined us, and we hope to see you Saturday at 11 o'clock a.m., 10 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern, 10 o'clock Central, for Sports Talk with Kamal and Felix. They are celebrating 5 years, and these two gentlemen love all things sports. So, fellas and ladies, if you want to get your sports love on, you want to learn about every sport, because they don't just cover basketball and football, they cover soccer, they cover women's sports, they cover rugby, you name it, they're talking about it. And if you want to learn about it so that you can talk to your special one in the middle of the game, you want to go and learn all things sports. They're going to be the soul train of this generation in sports, and they are enjoying the journey along the way. So we hope that you will tune in, and then we will see you next week, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Autumn Nicole, for joining me as a special guest. Happy Women's History Month to everyone.
Marcus, I want to congratulate you on Love and Stuff. I really want you to know that staying grateful and understanding the power of what it is to be operating out of a space of abundance and gratitude is the most important part of every journey of every day. So Marcus June, congratulations on this book. It's on Amazon now. That makes me so proud of you and your family and me and my family, and every single person around us gets it. So good on you for bringing it into the hands and the laps and the Kindles of all the people. Okay, so we're gonna check it out. Can't wait to learn more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Born and dead, saved by love, count my blessings from above. something. But remember that love, yes it will. Love will reign. Yeah, love will reign. Yeah, in my heart, I believe it. Love will reign. Oh, yeah, yeah. Have a vision, it's clear and plain. People living life, smiling again. Oh, see the children, they know no pain. Far from pressure, stress and strain. Oh, sorrow, they will pass. For I know in this life there's gonna be some pain. But remember that love, yes it will. I know, yeah, love will reign. Gotta believe it.